Hello, viewers. Welcome to Football Discussion Daily. I'm your host, CGO. Please endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and other platform. Please help us to do that. Thank you very much. On the show, we'll be giving reactions to games that were played, the round of 32 games that were played on Thursday, July 2nd, 2026, at the ongoing FIFA World Cup. And the results for that day was Spain defeating the Austrians 3 goals to nothing at the Sophie Stadium, which is also called the Los Angeles Stadium. The Portuguese were able to do a comeback as they defeated Croatia 2 goals to 1 at the Toronto Stadium. And then we had Switzerland defeating Algeria. They called them the Desert Warriors. They lost 2 goals to nothing to Switzerland. The game was played at the BC Place in Vancouver. For the game between Spain and Austria, Spaniards, they dominated this game very well. They were in control. They protected the tempo of the game. Marc Cucurella scored a goal, and I was denied the goal. He harshly disallowed a goal for a foul on the keeper of the Austrians, Alexander Schlager. What made Cucurella not to register a goal in this particular encounter? But he was able to provide an assist for Mikel Oyarzabal in the 36th minute. The Spaniards were able to get the deadlock. They were able to take the lead. And then in the second half of the game, in the 66th minute, Pedro Porro was able to get his first international goal for the Spaniards. A nice cross from Alex Bena from the left flank, and Pedro Porro was able to nod it into the net, and it was 2-0 for the Spaniards. And then in the 89th minute, a beautiful cross from Cucurella from the left flank, and Mikel Oyarzabal was just, I don't know what happened to the Austrian defense. They got carried away. But one thing that led to that was the way Mikel Oyarzabal played this game. He was not. He was always drifting deep, and that made the Austrian defenders not to really pin him down. So it was difficult to mark him out in this game. So, and that helped him to get 2 goals in this match. So Oyarzabal is one very intelligent striker that I really respect a lot. The way he approaches the game, his movements, very smart, frequently dropping deep or pausing his runs while the Austrian centre backs retreated. And then he was able to create massive spatial vacuums. So this was a game that the Spaniards, they were fully in control. Yamin Lamar was causing a lot of problem for the Austrian team from the right flank. And what he does is based on the way he plays, because 1v1 is going to be difficult for the opponent when you play against Lamine Yamal. So what the Austrians were doing is they had about 2 or 3 defenders trying to stop him. So at the end of the day, they overload that area and then creating space at the opposite side for the other Spanish attackers to strike. So that was what happened to the Austrians in this game. Too much focus, so much attention on Lamine Yamal. Doing that created space for the other attackers of the Spaniards to cause a big harm to them. At the end of the day, everything worked in favor of the Spaniards. The Spaniards were the better side. Even the Austrians didn't even get any shot on target in this game. Because when you look at the statistics, the Spaniards had the expected goal XG of 2.80. For the Austrians, it was 0.32. And then when you look at shot on target, the Spaniards had 10 shots on target. For the Austrians, it was 0 shot on target. And then when you look at ball possession, the Spaniards had 64%. The Austrians had 36%. So that tells you that the Spaniards were fully in control. And in this competition, the Spaniards are yet to concede a goal. So they are yet to concede any goal. I remember their game against Cape Verde in the group stage ended goalless. They played against Saudi Arabia. They won 4-0. In their game against Uruguay, their last group match, they won 1-0. And then the round of 32 game against Austria, they won by 3-0. So what it means is that the Spaniards are yet to concede any goal. And that's something very remarkable for the team. And that's why people see them as the favorite to win this tournament. So credit must go to their coach, who has been doing great with this team. He has been very good. Luis de la Fuente has been very good the way he has been handling this team. The team has been a very difficult side to play against. So credit must go to him for the way he has built a team that has been very competitive. And then Alex Bernal must also be credited. He made a lot of impact for the Spanish team, especially from the left flank. While Yamil Lamar was creating threats from the right, Alex Bernal was also a big pawn in the flesh of the Austrian defense on the left flank. So it was a very good game for the Spaniards and a well-deserved victory for them. So they will be playing against the Portuguese. The Portuguese defeated the Croatians 2-1. They made a comeback. It was a game that they fell behind when Ivan Perisic, the 37-year-old player of the Croatians, was able to give the Croatians the lead in the 53rd minute. And then in the 68th minute, Cristiano Ronaldo converted a penalty. It was a penalty that was issued after VAR review. Renato Vega was fouled in the 18-yard box of the Croatians. And then a penalty was awarded, and Cristiano Ronaldo was able to get his first ever the World Cup knockout goal. Ronaldo has never scored in the World Cup knockout before. So this is the first time he is doing that. So that was a very good one for him. And then he also made the record of the oldest player to score at the knockout stage. I remember Cristiano Ronaldo is 41-year-old, and he has been able to achieve something like this, which is quite commendable. So for this game, it was a very tight game. Very impressed with both sides. The Croatians really gave the the Portuguese a very tough game. It wasn't easy, especially the second half of the game was very interesting. The Croatians made a lot of moves that almost created problems for the Portuguese team. Um, the Portuguese were able to get their winner through Goncalo Ramos. Goncalo Ramos plays for Paris Saint-Germain. I think when the Croatians took the lead, Roberto Martinez had to make a quadruple change in order to get back into the game. He had to sub off Vitinha, Pedro Neto, Bruno Fernandes, and Yao Cancelo. And then he brought in Bernardo Silva, Francisco Conceição, Nelson Semedo, and Goncalo Ramos. And when these guys came in, they really made a difference in this game. Because when they came in, the Portuguese were able to mount pressure that led to the penalty. And then Cristiano Ronaldo was able to convert that penalty in the 68th minute. And I think Rafael Leao had a good game in this game because he was a very big threat to Stanisic. Josip Stanisic was really threatened by the pace and the skill of Rafael Leao in this particular game. And Rafael Leao was the one who made that cross from the left wing to Goncalo Ramos, who gave the Portuguese the winner in this match. And in fact, towards the ending of the game, 13 minutes into injury time, Badio thought he has already gotten an equalizer for the Croatians. But somehow, after VAR review, it was discovered that there was an offside. So an offside, I think by Mario Pasalic, was offside before uh, Gadiol was able to tap in the ball into the net. So that goal was overruled. So it was like a big heartbreak for the Croatians because they celebrated it thinking that they've equalized and maybe the game will go into extra time. But that didn't happen. So it was a big heartbreak for the Croatians in the 113th minute of this game. It could have gone either way if we look at the game. Both sides gave a good account of themselves, but at the end of the day, the Portuguese came out victorious. So they will be playing against the Spanish team in the round of 16. That's going to be a big cracker between Portugal and Spain. It's one game I look forward to. Ronaldo will be battling against the Spanish team in the round of 16. Going to be very interesting. And then the game between Switzerland and Algeria. Switzerland defeated Algeria 2-0. We saw the way Joan Mazambi was able to make impact for the Swiss team in this particular encounter. He was able to make a very explosive run on the left side of the pitch, and he was able to slice through the Algerian defense, and then he bypassed the guy called Aissa Mandi, and he was able to deliver a pass to Bril Mbello, who was able to tap in the ball in the net, and that the Swiss team the lead. In the second half, Algerians, I think they planned to press, but they conceded an early goal in the 46 minutes, courtesy of Ndoye. Dan Ndoye was able to increase the lead for the Swiss team in this game, and I think immediately the Algerians considered the second goal. The game became more difficult for the Algerians because the double pivot of Granit Xhaka and Remo Freuler, they stifled the Algerian midfield. They made things very difficult for them, shut down their passing lanes, and it was very difficult for the Algerians to build forward transition. And Riyad Mahrez was really isolated in this game. This is one player who the Algerians depend so much on. Remember in the game against Austria, their last group game against Austria, Riyad Mahrez was able to score the praise in that game. But in this particular match, it seems the Swiss, they know that this guy is one of the key players of the Algerians. They made sure he doesn't really have much access to the ball. And that was very frustrating for the Algerians. That was part of the reason why he was even substituted, because the Swiss didn't give him that opportunity to really make much impact in this game. So everything went in favor of the Swiss, and I feel it is a well-deserved victory for the Swiss side because when you look at it, the Swiss had expected goals XG of 2.45, Algeria had 0.74, which tells you that they didn't really create much in this game. The Swiss had 5 shots on target, the Algerians had 2, and then the attempts from the Swiss was 9, Algeria had 5. Even though the Algerians had more possession of the ball, they didn't really create much with the possession they had. The Swiss side were more pragmatic the way they approached the game. The brilliance of it, the 20-year-old Joan Mazambi really helped the Swiss team. So that is it for games that were played on Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. If you have comments to make regarding games that were played on Thursday, July 2nd, 2026, the game between Spain defeating the Austrians 3-0, Portugal coming back from a goal down to defeat the Croatians 2-1, and Switzerland getting a win against Algeria 2-0. Please, would like you to share your thoughts on the comment section. Please help us to share this video so that others can get to see it as well. Thank you very much for watching, and do have a wonderful time. Bye for now.